Today I'm not going to record a new episode, I just wanted to clarify a few things from the last episode, episode 5B, Addendum. I have more strings than the first four, E, A, D, G, and we can think of goodbye as two strings, G, B, goodbye. So Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye. So this is the B string, Eddie. Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye, Eddie. When we played an A minor chord, here's an A. Then I said that the most important notes are the first root note, then the third note and the fifth note, right? And then the octaves of these. So for A, 1, 2, 3. I didn't play this in the bass line, but you can do it if you want. For 5, so we have, and the next one is this, which is the octave. So it's the 1, 5 octave. An octave you can count as 1. 1, 2, 3. So here we have a third note. So when we play a chord, we want to have a third note, and we want to have the root note, and we want to have the octave, and that we have now. And one tone on each string. And what's the next string? It's an E, and we already know that E is the fifth to the A. So here is the whole chord for the A minor chord on the guitar. In this song from the Days Gone game, I don't know exactly how we pick it, but something like this, alternating with the thumb between this. And when I'm playing the D string here, the E note on the D string. Alright? So, this is called a hammer-on. I play the D note and then I hammer on another note. D note and hammer on another note. So that's the root rhythm, and then with these fingers I add some more notes on the strings below here, so I play it slow. I think it's just that simple. And then the same for C, you start with C note here. 1, 2, 3. Now the third note is on the the D string, so you can play that. And notice this interval here between the root note and the third. It's always the same, as long as you don't play the B string. The B string is tuned differently, but for all other strings, this interval is a major third. And A can also be found here, but for the A, the interval was different. Remember I said in the last episode, minor intervals are different, minor third, than major third. So for minor third interval, it's like this. It's 2 frets between. And for major intervals, it's just 1 fret. 1 fret and 1 string. And for minor third, it's 1 string and 2 frets. We do the same for the C. 1, 2, 3. It's the fifth. 5, 8. So first, third, fifth, first note, and what is E? E was the third. So here we have the C chord. And for the G chord, you do the same thing, first, third, and fifth, and what you get. You can also play with the B string, you can play it loose, or you can play it, both these are possible in the chord. So either like this or like this. It just depends on which sound you like, and do the same finger plucking. And for the G, so it's not that hard really, right? And the bass played the root note and the fifth note, and when I moved to another chord, I inserted an octave or the third. Here's the octave for the fifth, or it's actually the fifth. This is the octave below. Then move on to C, And now I can play the same E again, but now it's the third for the C. So I play the E here both for the A minor chord and for the C major chord, but in the A minor case it's the fifth, and for the C major it's the third. And then I move to the G. I could play root note, fifth note, octave, or I can start with octave and go down. And maybe play the third note, and go back to A. So then the whole sequence become. Right, simple, and the guitar. The bass, we have the guitar, then I just play the bell with my foot, and the singing, well, it's just singing.